Say goodbye to 2009, others will say good riddance, but in the world of Maine politics and government, it has certainly been a year to remember. Joining us in the arena today to look at 2009 and what we might expect in 2010 is Bill Nemitz, columnist for the Portland Press Herald, Maine Sunday Telegram. We're also waiting on Ray Richardson from WLOB News Talk Radio in Portland. He is not here yet. When he gets here, he will get a chance to have his say. But Bill,
Ray's coming on his sleigh, is that right?
That must be yes. In any case, certainly one of the biggest political stories, if not the biggest of the year, was the gay marriage vote, the vote to overturn Maine's new gay marriage law. In your mind, what did that vote say about the mindset of Maine voters beyond that particular issue?
Well, you know, Pat, I think you have to first think about the fact that it was on the ballot last year. This time last year, when the bill was being put before the legislature, and a lot of people were turning heads at the very fact that it was being brought up this soon. A lot of people thought Maine wasn't ready for it. So the fact that it got on the ballot, I think, was a very significant achievement. It was a very hard-fought campaign. It didn't pass. I think what it shows is Maine is not unlike many other parts of the country. It's in, I believe, a state of transition.
What do you say to the fact that it got on the ballot? Of course, the people who wanted to overturn the law, they forced the people's veto. They didn't seem to have any trouble getting enough signatures for it.
Well, it was a foregone conclusion. If the legislature passed it, it would be, you know, subject to a people's veto. Everybody knew that going in. So yeah, I mean, obviously the majority of people who went to the polls in November voted against this thing. Is it over? No, I don't believe it is. I think the fundraising has already begun for the next round. One side's raising money, the other side's trying to pay off their debt. But it's clear to both sides that this is an issue that will be back. It could be as soon as this year, maybe the year after.
And that is significant, too. I think that so much money has come into Maine because of this. It's almost like a jobs creation program if this comes up for another vote, which we know at some point it's going to.
That's right. I mean, the money was staggering. Was it $9 million combined?
I think so.
Right around there. I mean, that was, I suppose you could look at that as kind of an economic stimulus unto itself for a state like Maine. TV folks did pretty well on that one. There's a lot of, we all know the ads by heart.
Are demographics going to be the thing that have to change for that outcome to be different?
I think that's exactly what's happening nationwide. I think that as you go younger into our voting base, this becomes same-sex marriage becomes less and less of an issue. I think as younger people move up into that voting age, it's going to they just don't see what a big deal it is. And obviously, people at the other end of the spectrum think it's a very big deal.
Now, we heard a lot of talk this year about the influence of Maine's two Republican senators, Susan Collins and Olympia Snowe. They're in the minority party, and yet, at times, clearly wielded a lot of influence, or at least had the